Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone. Welcome to my channel. I will be your astrologer for the solar eclipse in Libra. Please sit back and relax, and let's talk about the eclipse. The new moon solar eclipse will occur at 21 degrees Libra, 7 minutes on October 14th at 5:54 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. This is a South Node solar eclipse, so get ready for big endings. Wherever you have Aries or Libra around 21 degrees or from 18 to 24 degrees is where you will find your ending. Look at 19 years ago, 2004, to see where the eclipse ended something for you. This will be the same area of life that will be in focus for this solar eclipse. If you have cardinal points or planets from 18 to 24 degrees, you will be super sensitive to this event. Don't miss my bonus video on the eclipses on this one. You'll need it. Now, this eclipse will involve Mercury, Mars, and Chiron, as well as the sun and moon. Chiron is a healing energy, but can also indicate a trauma from the past. The moon and Mars will be trining Saturn, which is another indicator of time. It may be the right time for something to end, something that has matured or just outlived its usefulness. Saturn speaks of the father. Here's the Saturn right up here. And also restrictions, construction, constraints, but also focus, crystallization, determination, and purpose. At the same time, the sun, moon, and Mars all square Pluto, this guy right up here, so anything that you're going through will be powerful, huge, and meaningful on the deeper levels of life, not just the everyday mundane types of things. Pluto will require a sacrifice, so this ending may not be all unicorns and rainbows. Saturn also speaks of this. Saturn very often brings about things that cause depression or that cast a morose or sad pall over the event. Now keep in mind that often events set off by an eclipse don't take place on the day of the eclipse, but they do come swiftly when they happen. Now, this could happen a week or a month before or after the actual eclipse date, or it could happen much later when another planet triggers the event. Let's look at the planetary aspects to this eclipse. The first aspect is the Sun conjunct Mercury. The Sun will be at 21 degrees Libra, 7 minutes, and Mercury will be at 17 degrees Libra, 10. We are very subjective and creative under this Cassimi Mercury. We express our ideas eloquently and artistically. This can be a brilliant moment for an artist, or a time when there is too much mental stimulation for one to stand, causing you to retreat or withdraw. If you can muster through the expression at this time, it will be very, very good. Next is the Sun square Pluto. The Sun is at the same position, and Pluto is at 27 degrees Capricorn, 53 minutes. With both Mercury and the Sun squaring Pluto, we are experiencing some powerful energy. This is when we'll be hearing from opinionated, stubborn people expounding on their own hyperbolic theories, which could be dangerous. For example, claims of a new breakthrough in the Hunter Biden investigation, another claim of impropriety or even criminal activity on the part of one of the judges in Trump's court cases, a horrible revelation about one of Trump's opponents in the presidential race, just something that someone can hype and use to scare people or to make them angry. That's going to be the result of both Sun and Mercury squaring Pluto for a couple of days, so buckle up. We also have the Moon conjunct Mercury. The Moon's at 21 degrees Libra, 6 minutes, and Mercury will be at 17 degrees Libra, 10 minutes. We already have the Sun conjunct Mercury and square Pluto. Now let's throw in the Moon, and we have our feelings. And because we're dealing with Pluto, we have even more feelings because we just can't help ourselves. Plus, We want to talk about it. That's the Mercury part. So whatever we're talking about, we are also going to tell everyone how we feel about it. And we're going to feel things in an extreme way because of Pluto. So everyone just make another cup of tea because things are going to spill. Deep, deep feelings are expressed now, and this may have a big impact on our relationships and loved ones. We just can't help ourselves now. We have to talk it out and let them know how we feel. Also, we are looking for explanations as to why we feel this way. So we look to things like psychology, occultism, alternate types of groups, different lifestyles. Sometimes we simply blame our partners for the way we feel. We are striving to accept ourselves as we are, and often our relationships reflect that very well. In order to accept ourselves, we may need to make some adjustments in our relationships. And that could mean the relationship grows or ends. After all, this is an eclipse. Venus sextile Mars. Venus will be at 5 degrees Virgo 2 minutes. Mars will be at 1 degree Scorpio 44 minutes. When feminine and masculine energies combine and get along, it's a beautiful thing. So this is going to be the silver lining for all those relationships out there that are able to grow rather than end things. Reach for these harmonious vibes with your partner and do what you can to salvage the relationship, but don't ignore what needs to be done to save yourself. Venus opposing Saturn. Venus will be at 5 degrees Virgo 2 minutes. Saturn will be at 0 degrees Pisces 52 retrograde. Practical Saturn will cause us to look at relationships, all of them, and decide who will stay and who will go. An eclipse is not always a nice thing. Very often, though, it is the push we need to make decisions that we know deep down are best for us. It's not easy making changes, but the universe pushes us along on a journey so that we learn and grow. It may be painful, but that's part of the lesson. Without suffering, there's no growth. You may find that you have to make a difficult decision regarding a loved one. In your head, you know it's the right thing to do, but in your heart, you may wish there was another way. There isn't. Pull the plug. Mars trines Saturn. Mars will be at 1 degree Scorpio 44 minutes, and Saturn will be at 0 degrees Pisces 52 retrograde. You will have unending energy for this task, and it may require it. As you are working out the endings for this eclipse, you may need to do things more than once. Have you ever gone away for a nice beach weekend only to end up confined to the house because of rain? Well, that's what it's going to feel like. There's no getting away from it. It's like the grown-ups are fighting and you're the kid trying to make them play nice. It's probably not going to work, but you're trying anyway. Not your circus, but those monkeys are surely yours to deal with in the future. So make choices that benefit you, because in the end, you are the only one who is responsible for you. Mars square Pluto. Where is Mars? Is it? Did we just talk about Mars? Okay, take 3. Mars square Pluto. Mars is still in the same place, and we all know where Pluto is. So much stubbornness and so much determination. If we apply this to the world, we'll see the ending of a difficult situation that may require a little blowing up of things, a little violence or rough talk, but in the end, it's a kinder, more humane ending. There will be a big sacrifice here, but the sacrifice has probably already been made. In fact, it may have been made long ago. Your actions today will not cause the sacrifice, but very well may prevent future ones. Mars is in its traditional sign of rulership, Scorpio, where it can be very warlike. But Scorpio can also be the surgeon, using its tools to excise things that no longer work, which is Pluto's goal all along. See if you can't get behind that kind of thinking so that you're not plagued with guilt about the cost. Human emotion will be high, but preventing the loss of human lives may be the ultimate reward. So tread carefully. On a personal note, this one may show that the ending of the relationship has an acrimonious argument to help it come to an end. Sometimes that's the only way to make the break. Uranus sextile Neptune. Uranus is at 22 degrees Taurus, 13 minutes retrograde. Neptune is at 25 degrees Pisces, 36 minutes retrograde. The strong will help the weak. Take two. The strong will help the weak. With Taurus and Pisces in the mix, the strong party will acquiesce to the other party and allow them to exit with some grace. It may seem like a bolt from the blue, and it is. It is divinely guided. Uranus trine Pluto. Uranus at 22 degrees Taurus, 13 minutes retrograde, and Pluto still at 27 degrees Capricorn, 53. There's a sense of duty here, of fulfilling one's destiny, of speaking to one's higher self and going with the flow of divine guidance. Ultimately, this huge change brought about by the eclipse may also bring about some personal transformation that is needed on a very deep level. Whatever happens, be grateful for your blessings and know that when you walk with angels, you are protected in all ways. Neptune sextile Pluto. Neptune will be at 25 degrees Pisces, 26 retrograde, and Pluto still at 27 degrees Capricorn, 53. This beautiful sextile has been with us for all of 2023. This supports all diplomatic efforts for our country and connects with the U.S. chart very well. And now we're on to predictions for all the signs. We'll start with Aries. So for you, Aries, the moon and the sun will be in your 7th house. So relationships are all important now. This is a chance to grow closer, but you have to ask the question, are you both ready? The universe is challenging you to be in the right relationship for what you need to do in your life right now. This is not a rehearsal. This is your life. So pay attention. Taurus. The moon and sun are in your 8th house, and this is going to emphasize joint finances, sex, death, and taxes. So, this is very important stuff. This is the big money stuff of your life. So, plans may have to change and things may need to be adjusted. You may have to finally start contributing to a retirement plan, or you may have to cash out a big insurance policy, or you may have to address intimacy issues with your partner, or you may have to address the power balance in your relationship. That's what this house is about, really. It's about where is the power in the relationship. Sex, death, taxes, those things all have a bearing on that. So, Taurus, you're going to have to think about this because it isn't obvious. It isn't just working on your relationship. It's working on you in your relationship. Something to think about. Gemini. This places the moon and the sun in your 9th house. Time for looking at your plans for the future. Are you publishing that book? Are you ever going to travel to China like you said you would? Are you going to go back to school and get that college degree? Your life is changing and you need to change with it. Cancer. The moon and the sun are in your 10th house. Now, being a cardinal sign and this eclipse being in a cardinal sign, this is going to be major for you. And so a major career change may be forced on you. You may still have a commitment to that old dream that you grew up having and embracing, but it may be time to drop that and to move on to something new. Leo. The moon and sun are going to fall in your 11th house. Now, you may not be ready for what's coming, but the universe is lifting you out of your normal life and placing you into an exciting opportunity. And if you say no, you may regret it. So keep your eyes open for that opportunity. Virgo, the moon and sun will be in your 12th house. Look deeply into your inner desires, your dreams. There are things in your subconscious that need to be examined. Try to allow yourself the time and space needed to journey within. Libra, the moon and sun will be in your first house. This could be extremely uncomfortable for you if you cannot see what needs to be transformed in you. Your focus should be on yourself right now. Take your cues from the universe and move with it. Just remaining same old will not work now. And if you resist the change, the universe will flip you on your head and force it on you. Better to be holding the reins than being dragged by them. Scorpio, the moon and sun will be in your second house, so your talents and resources are getting a major upgrade. Don't miss the opportunities that are waiting for you. Sagittarius, the moon and sun will be in your third house. Your favorite thing, new ideas. You may have a desire for a change of scene or travel, but there's nothing new about that for you. Dig deeper into why you want to do these things and try out a new method for doing them. Capricorn, the sun and moon will be in your fourth house. Your home situation is getting a drastic makeover. You could be adding to your family, selling your home, getting married, or moving far away. There are big changes for you. Aquarius, the moon and sun will be in your fifth house. Take a look around you and see all the fun and exciting ideas being offered right now. Your ability to relax and have fun needs an upgrade, and your kids need a vacation with you. Pisces, the moon and sun will be in your sixth house. Work life for you is changing in dramatic ways. Perhaps the company is changing, or perhaps you are doing major lifestyle changes, but everything is up in the air for you in your day-to-day life and routines. So those are all the predictions. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you weather the storm through this solar eclipse in Libra for October, and I will see you all next time.